I wanted to take a few minutes and talk about intentional software and our relationship and work for DARPA. As you know, DARPA is actually an organization that has been at the forefront of developing an incredible amount of technologies that have been valuable in the world. For example, the internet, which was originally an R&D project at ARPANET many years ago. And so it was with great pleasure that we decided to work with DARPA on the AVM project. That's Adaptive Vehicle Make. And interestingly, the AVM project was actually conceived out of an article about Charles Simonyi, our chairman and CTO. It was written in 2007 entitled, "Anything You Can Do, I Can Do Meta." And that was in the MIT Technology Review. And the idea is that the concept of meta programming and specifying a program, a software project at its highest level of abstraction is by far and away the best way to proceed down that path. And as the DARPA PM program managers were reading about this, they thought, wow, why can't we apply the concept of meta programming to meta design in cyber mechanical systems? Could we accelerate the design process? Could we accelerate the ability of the military or industry to bring a vehicle to market? And could we reduce the cost significantly so that it might cost 20% or 50% or even 10% of the original traditional way of designing and building a vehicle to the market? And so the AVM program was born. And interestingly, and I suppose naturally from our point of view, Intentional was contacted, Intentional Software, and throughout the beginning of the program in the meta stage and now IFAB, we participated, and we are now playing a role in the IFAB component of the AVM program that really brings all of these modeling languages together. So basically what AVM is trying to do is to design a vehicle in a computer model first, totally, where all of the real-world constraints are modeled right alongside things like CAD and structural design and all the traditional engineering tools. Everything is in the model. And when the design is complete, it will be sent essentially to a virtual foundry where it is constructed, and then it will be sent to an actual foundry which is created based upon the specifications in the design and created. And so this whole program is something like $300 million, but will demonstrate a prototype that would have, in a traditional sense, taken over $1 billion to develop. And so I think that the approach Intentional has taken, which is a master meta language environment or workbench, where all of the different components and structures and languages can be modeled in one place where they're known for consistency and the identities are unique. And if a wrench in one language needs to be seen as a wrench in the other language, or the concept of a strain in one needs to be carried consistently throughout, that's what we do. And there's really no limit to the number of languages and technologies and tools that we could bring together using our Intentional Knowledge Workbench, which is the name of our technology. And so I just want to thank DARPA and ask you all to follow us throughout this project, because I think that at the end of the AVM project, a lot of people are going to pay attention to what might be very well the future of manufacturing. And by the way, we have partners in the auto industry, so we're working with Volvo. We've talked to some very large companies that are in the manufacturing space, like Lockheed and Boeing, and I think that if we're successful with this project at DARPA, that it will flow throughout the industry, and like many other projects that have started at DARPA, this would have a profound effect on the future of technology.